All right, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris, and I am here to bring the high rev perspective.
And my name is Josh, and I will be bringing the low rev perspective.
All right, today we will be throwing 10 shots with the brand new Origin EX and the Paragon Shadow, picking one winner that we would most likely add to our bag and explain why.
Today we are bowling here at Bolero Via Linda on a fresh house shot. With that being said, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you out on the lanes.
Just wrapped up throwing 10 shots with the Origin EX and the Paragon Shadow. To me, I feel like these are somewhat similar out of box. The Origin now is definitely quite a bit cleaner. The Paragon Shadow, the first couple of shots hooked very, very early, so I had to kind of jump left pretty quick. The Origin X just wanted to float a little bit more just because I feel like it has a couple more games on it, so it really wanted to be a slightly more down lane. But for moving further left with both of them, I had miss room with both left. I feel like they were both really good in the oil, but my misses to the right I feel like were better with the Paragon Shadow. Even though it was earlier, I felt like I can actually shape it a little bit more than the Origin EX. The Origin EX I feel like was a little bit more rounded, and it kind of needed to be a little bit more in front of me, just because I felt like when it got to the friction it was either too rounded and like flat 10'd a little bit, or if I got around it kind of was a little bit too sharp. I felt like when I moved further left, the Paragon Shadow, I could kind of just throw it there and it would kind of always look good. So, all right, final thoughts on these two pieces. For me, I'm gonna have to go with the one that I feel like I can move a little bit further left with and kind of open up my angles a little bit and still be confident that's gonna go around, and that's gonna have to be the Paragon Shadow. The Origin EX definitely had good ball motion, but I feel like I can have a little bit better ball motion for a longer period of time with the Paragon Shadow. So the Paragon Shadow is going to be the winner for me.
Just wrapped up throwing 10 shots with both of the Paragon Shadow and the Origin EX. I felt like both of these pieces gave a similar rounded shape, but I still feel like the Paragon hooked quite a bit more down the lane. The Origin I was able to play a lot straighter with, but the Paragon instantly, first two shots, I felt like it picked up at my toes. And because of that, I felt like I had to increase the angle, where the Origin was definitely better straighter. As I moved left with each of the pieces, again with the Origin I had to remain forward, where with the Paragon I felt like I had to get around it, because if I was forward it just picked up instantly. But then I finally hit that puddle of oil, which I was concerned about, where it did not hook from. So it didn't give me the best shape, because I felt like I had to kind of be in between the friction and the oil, and on something as clipped as they were, that's not a great comfort zone for me, because I felt like either way I missed, it just wasn't gonna do the right thing. Where with the Origin, I felt like I had miss room in both directions, more right than left. I felt like if I got left, I was probably gonna 10 pin, but it still had a chance to hit light and strike, where the Paragon, like I said, either direction, it was either hooking through the face or not hooking enough. Final thoughts on these two rocks. For me today, like I said, with my comfortability and liking to play a little straighter, I'm gonna have to pick the Origin EX. For me, this was a pretty clear winner. I just didn't feel completely comfortable with the Paragon, where the Origin, again, like even when I missed, it still got me 9. And that's always what I'm looking for out of a bowling ball, is making sure that it still does the right thing, even though I may not throw it 100%.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video useful, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.